Lord, what kind of monkey shines is you perpetrate?
Who are you?
Who? Yeah. It's your man, Mr. O with the info. Give me what you need to know. But you ain't here for me though. But you just heard from the tap dance man. What's up with these monkey shines? All talking, smiling, promoting they all goof ass books and shit. Yeah, we got a little decent brown skin, red bone chick on the screen. One of them educated types. Pretty soon she probably went to one of them HBCUs or one of them PWIs, High on I. They go on these news stations, you know, MSNBC, Fox News, and we got this one right here, CNN. You know, me being a libertarian, that's conservative leaning. The reason why I'm supporting Trump is because, for the simple fact, he's an asshole, I'm an asshole. Assholes move alike. And who the left bring? They bring their golden child, Charlemagne the fraud, on CNN. Now, let's go ahead and watch.
Host of Native Land podcast, also with us, Charlemagne the God, co-host of the popular iHeartRadio show, The Breakfast Club. Also the author of the new book, Get Honest or Die Lying, Why Small Talk Sucks.
You see that book where it says, go ahead and look right there, Get Honest or Die Lying. Ain't that a real coinkydink? But let's laugh.
Si no le ayuda a la fábrica, el camión le da. Estuve la mamita que me cayó el suelo.
Yeah, this guy right here. I just can't take it. You know, a lot of people don't understand that this man had caused a lot of damage in the community when he sat down with, I guess now, former President Joseph Robinette Biden. And he said he wasn't going to endorse him, but here he is tap dancing for Kamala. Let's
There it is. Everybody run out and get it. Angela, already conservatives are making comments aimed at Vice President Kamala Harris's race. Listen to what Republican Congressman Tim Burchett told CNN today.
Biden said, first off, he said he's going to hire a black female for vice president, and that he just skipped over. What about white females? What about any other group? It just, when you go down that route, you take mediocrity, and that's what they have right now as a vice president. You just take mediocrity, and that's what they have right now as a vice president. Just take mediocrity, and that's what they have right now as a vice president. I hire 100%. She was a DEI hire.
She was a DEI hire. Yeah. See, that's why I couldn't be a true Republican, but he wasn't halfway wrong. I believe he wanted to say idiocratic, you know what I'm saying, like the movie Idiocracy. That's where we basically heading. But mediocrity, yes. Where was Kamala at through all these 4 years during her and Joe Biden's term? But I digress.
Angela, what's your reaction to that?
My reaction to that is DEI didn't earn it unless you're talking about legacy admissions and some of the trust funds that many of those members of Congress have. What you have in Kamala Harris is someone who was not only a county prosecutor, a state attorney general for California, a statewide elected United States senator, and now the vice president. I don't know about you, Jake, but for the track record for most of our vice presidents, she's pretty much on par.
He's on par to do what exactly? You know, it's these paper bag type of women they put on these panels as well to go and throw y'all off. You know, but all that so-called due diligence to our homework, all them cases All she did was fulfill the prison industrial complex that we have now in the United States, but she did that in the city of Oakland and throughout the state of California, basically using black men for their hard labor, especially being firefighters and wildfires for $2 a day, risking their lives and their so-called non-freedom. But I digress. Let's continue.
So I would argue that it is in fact not mediocre. What is showing in this clip is this man's racism. It's very clear that he has compared blackness with mediocrity, when many of our folks in our community know that we have to be twice as good and 3 times as qualified, and that is what you have in Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Shorty had me until she said someone like Kamala Harris. Like, do she even did her homework? Did she even watch what's been going on for the past 4 years at least? But let's continue.
Charlemagne, what's your response when you hear white Republican congressman referring to Vice President Harris as a DEI hire?
I would say MAGA has a lot of DEI hires too. You know, conservatives have a lot of DEI hires, but DEI stands for delusion, entitlement, and idiocracy. Because they're delusional because they think Donald Trump is their savior. They're entitled because they're a bunch of privileged white men who want everybody else to stay in their place. And the idiocracy comes into play because that's the movie the RNC convention reminded me of.
Now, Charlemagne, boy, you talking about the movie Idiocracy, which is a good movie, by the way. It's more of a documentary now as we start going to the 2020s and midway. And for the simple fact, you want to call Donald Trump basically President Camacho when we literally got President Sleprock. Well, we had President Sleprock in position of power, but I digress.
Classic film by Mike Judge. Charlemagne, you previously called both Joe Biden and Donald Trump trash candidates, and you said you would vote in this election, but you would not endorse Biden.
And just in case you forgot what Charlemagne said when he sat down with Joe Biden for reminder.
You gotta come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. Come on. Take a look at the record.
Now that he's out, do you think you might endorse Vice President Kamala Harris should she get the nomination?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely would endorse Vice President Kamala Harris. I supported Kamala Harris in 2020 when she ran for president. I was out there on the campaign trail with her. She was the only reason that I voted for the Biden-Harris ticket to begin with. And we have our disagreements on air and off air. But I think that she is the perfect person to be to fight in these unprecedented times right now.
He is needed, Charlemagne, in these detrimental times, critical times. Like, where was she at all these times in the last, 4 years, bro? I mean, she make a little pop-up appearances here and there, but all she do is just word salad, laugh, word salad, and dip. Like ranch, for real. But you mean tell me a woman that basically locked up a lot of black dudes in San Francisco, basically orchestrated the whole $1 an hour prison labor to take out forest fires in the state of California, and she really doesn't stand for anything. She's not really how can I say this? She's not really a good candidate in politics to go ahead and continue running this country. Well, basically to the ground, Charlemagne, but let's see what else you're gonna say, bro.
Unprecedented times right now.
So Angela,
absolutely support her.
Angela, what do you make of Donald Trump saying that he is building support among black voters?
I don't. I make the same thing out of it that exists. It's absolutely nothing. It's a nothing burger. Donald Trump does not have a tremendous track record with black people. I think many of us can see through the lies, the parallels that he's trying to make with his, entanglements with the system are not real. There are Black folks who are struggling to make and pay legal bills every day, struggling to figure out how they're going to raise bail money. Meanwhile, in Georgia, Governor Kemp signed a bill into law that would prevent organizations that help people make bail. He prevented that. That is Donald Trump's, someone who's just like Donald Trump. Is Donald Trump's legacy playing out in states. When you look at what Project 2025 is all about, we know that most of those policies will hit us harder than anywhere else. When you look at what the Supreme Court has done with the 3 appointments from Donald Trump, we know that those policies are impacting us more than anyone else. So in our community, folks don't get immunity, right? He's offering immunity for police, for law enforcement, and he has immunity himself. That's something that we don't ever have. In fact, we are guilty until proven innocent in our community. So there's no there. I think that at best, he gets 16% of the Black vote, and I think even that's a stretch.
Ooh, man, she was long-winded, but let's say this baby girl. Unfortunately, even if not on social media, people in public throughout the country that are Black folks, maybe not a majority, but a large minority of Black folks have did a party switch. Now, switching parties ain't gonna solve anything. It maybe just mess around with this particular candidate, which is Trump, or any other party, third party, probably could help. But shorty, you do know that during Joe Biden's little reign, inflation, joblessness, and everything that happened, and now we are living in one of the most inflated economies under Biden and any other president in history. And you think Trump is the problem with Project 2025? Y'all forgot about Agenda 30. So do I recollect making a short video using another young man's video saying that that's not even Trump's platform? He has Agenda 47, not Project 2025. But what I know, I mean, Angela Reed likes to blow things out of perspective. As a former Governor Como or newscaster Como, I forget which one, but let's continue.
Angela, Vice President Harris's advisors say that her campaign is going to lean heavily into the choice between her as a prosecutor and Donald Trump as a convicted felon. Do you think that's wise? Is that what voters want, a prosecutor?
I think there's never been a time where voters would want a prosecutor more. You have someone who has a proven track record, again, as a prosecutor, as a state's attorney, as an attorney general, rather, and she has demonstrated that she knows how to prosecute cases against the most corrupt among us.
Now granted, I am a student of life. I will do further research on the early career of so-called Miss Kamala Harris when she was the prosecutor and state's attorney general, whatever she was. And we're gonna probably dig up a lot of corruption and stuff under her belt. Come on now, she was a quote-unquote female district attorney in the state of California and a DEI hire. But let's continue.
And I think Donald Trump is absolutely that. We're talking about someone with 88 indictments, well, less the case that was just thrown out by his appointed judge. But Donald Trump is someone who needs to face his record. His record is filled with criminality long before he went through the White House doors. And I think that needs to be tried. It has not been adequately tried. I'm eager to see if there will be a debate between the two of them. But her campaign, I think, wrote out yesterday demonstrating that contrast. And I think that's exactly where they have to stay, in addition to demonstrating how it will be a win for voters to vote for Kamala Harris. So they need to know what they're voting against, certainly, but also what they're getting in voting for her.
Just pretty much nothing, old lady. I mean, yeah, I was trying to be polite, I guess, but let's be real. I mean, these one of these late Gen Xers, early millennial women that is probably another DEI hire working for CNN, because I mean, she's holding up real well, look better than Joy Reid, I tell you. But honestly, I don't think Kamala Harris, I'm not going to even try to use that small hat name that she had when she got married. But she's not going to basically do anything for this country. I mean, look at her track record. She haven't been nowhere in the last 4 years. Like you said, popped up every once again, for little interviews trying to defend Joe Biden and they little embezzlement to Ukraine and other foreign lands. You're not giving reparations or anything to the Black Americans that's here, which I find ironic that my people in the community always talk about getting handouts and want some help, but y'all literally watch before your eyes. They brought in your replacements. But again, let's continue.
And Charlemagne, in your new book, you write,
Jake, I don't even know if that's the right question. You know, people, asking if America's ready for a prosecutor. I mean, is America ready for, somebody with all of the criminal charges that Donald Trump has?
Right.
I mean, in most jobs, most convicted felons can't even, get those kind of jobs that Donald Trump is currently campaigning for.
They have to check
They
the
barely
box.
can get jobs at McDonald's. They barely can get jobs at McDonald's and Walmart. So it's weird. It's weird to have to say, is America ready for a prosecutor? No, is America ready to elect a criminal?
Yeah, I will not speak so fast right there, Charlemagne, because the current president and the incumbent or interim, whatever that word is, Kamala might be getting impeached, might be getting charged too. So hold that peace and hold your thoughts. But it's your man, Mr. O, with the info. Give me what you need to know. But you ain't here for me though. Like, comment, you know the rest.
And that's all I have to say about that.
That's all.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want you to donate, you can sock it to my pocket at Cash App, $MISTRO070. And you can hit my email if you want to go ahead and support the content.